All right,
All
we're
right.
live.
Yay, we're live. We're doing a recap of last time with Ferris.
Yeah, so last episode we defeated the nefarious Nightshade, the Wraith, and through a series of being not scared, then not scared, and terrified, we defeated the undead monstrosity, where Max took the belladonna flower from the creature after it fell. I don't know how safe that is to touch that thing, but it's apparently all good. It's all good, and we took it back to the headmaster Ambrose to report that we had slayed Nightshade, but I saw him in the distance when no one else could. I don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah. After reporting back to Headmaster Ambrose, we decided we're going to head to Grizzleheim next. And after some shopping, we set out to go to the gate there. And during the night, we were awoken by a horde of undead, and that horrible, terrifying wraith that made me see into the void, and it just sucked out everything of my essence like a vacuum. It's there too, but apparently only I could see it. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, it's real! I wake up from my nightmare.
All right, very good.
Go ahead and take the
reroll
for the session. They also talked to Professor Wu last session.
Oh,
Gave her
right.
some of their goo to study while they were away. Maybe something will come out of that. Maybe not. But yeah,
All right.
we go combat now.
Yes, so we've already rolled initiative. Already right here and everything. And yes, Ferris, you can still see this, but no one else can. However, that is not what happens first, as I have to close this thing in order to actually see these stat blocks. Very cool. The guests move first. They're going to start by just sprinting towards the campsite that both of you, or that all of you have taken up. But since that's all they can really do, move on. Quinn. So I guess Doc, since Zephyr is not here with us today.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna try this and see how it works. Quinn is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and using his Cavalier feature, Born to the Saddle, only needs 5 feet of movement to mount Alan.
Okay.
And we'll figure out how exactly that works later, I guess.
I mean, I believe that is correct, since you...
I don't know how to attach them to each other, but whatever.
Hold up.
Done.
Okay. And then... Let's see, 5, 10, 15, and he is going to attack the ghast right next to him.
Right.
Don't know his bonuses off the top of my head. Okay.
I mean, with undead, it's easy to just like roll a d20 and be like, that probably hits.
Yeah.
We've got his stuff right here.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And that is going to be, 5 points of slashing damage.
Oh. Alright. Perhaps it's the fact that Quinn was already just sort of standing here in the rain, so he's still maybe not having the best maintenance, but despite that, his blade hits true and immediately slashing at this gas. It's already apparent, like everyone can smell these things. These things are foul.
Alright, and it is marked.
Yep. Oh.
And he is going to attack again.
All right. And
22.
that hits.
And that is going to be the dichotomy of man, 12 points of slashing damage.
Much cleaner swing this time.
Okay, and then Alan will disengage. And move back to here. And I guess Quinn will use his bonus action for Tunnel Fighter and
Right.
pass turn.
Dalen.
Alright, I will simply have Dalen walk out of here. And I'll prepare my action to cast Enlarge on Devin when he gets out of the tent.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. Ferris.
Are the tents open?
Like the fronts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then in that case, I will go 5, 10, 15.
I will
I like-
point out you are afraid of this wraith.
Oh, I can't go close to it?
Yep. You can see him and he is intimidating.
Okay. Okay, I got a better plan. Can I lift Max's tent here to see him and Devin at the same time if I go through the back?
You know what? I'll allow it.
All right. Yeah, so I'll go crawl under the tent, and then I'll lift up both tent flaps of it and say, go get the big one! And I'm going to twin haste on both Devin and Max.
I love it.
And
All
I'm
right.
gonna get a discount because I'm in like New Moon right now, so it only costs 2 sorcery points instead of 3.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Devin. Or I assume that's all you want to do then, Ferris?
Yeah, that's all I'll do.
Okay. Devin, you're up. And
Okay.
probably with the start now is you just feel way faster. It's like that
And bigger
head rush
ones
getting out of
feel
bed
more
as you just stand up. It's like, whoa, I'm ready to go.
And then you're bigger.
And bigger once he gets enlarged.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So I think I will take advantage of the additional action economy. I'm going to give up an attack to do this, but I think it's worth it. I am going to cast Bless, targeting myself, Max, and Quinn.
All right.
Need to deduct the spell slot real quick. Okay. And then I am going to move up to this guy and
Centered on which tiles since you're 2x2?
there we go.
Okay.
And I will attack with my staff.
Go ahead and make your rolls.
Moment.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Does the dinosaur also get hasted?
No, unfortunately,
Ah, okay.
because it didn't target only me.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right.
Well, that one I think
11.
missed.
Yeah, that's not enough, unfortunately.
Well, I will use a bonus action to attack again.
You get a 1d4 from Bless if you cast it.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Ooh, yep, that.
I should remember what my own spells do. That might help.
Oh, unfortunately,
Aw.
that's still not enough. Because even with the level bless, you just bonk him in the head and he just doesn't even react.
Alright, well, I will go ahead and make my bonus action attack. And that is a 28.
By comparison, yeah, no. You just use the other end of the quarterstaff, and this one it lands a solid thwack. Roll damage.
Let me make sure I am getting the correct amount here. It's a little bit off, but... That is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow, with the bonus action. Alright.
And with that, I will pass turn.
Very nice. We go to Max.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, stab.
Okay.
Actually, bonus action activating the blade.
Oh, yep, that is important. Activation tax. Okay.
Just stab it with the hilt.
Activity is starting a new what? Oh, okay, 20.
Okay, yep, that hits. And these are in fact undead.
Plus... 28 radiant damage.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna attack this guy.
Funny that you landed that much, because this guy drops.
Magnificent.
Okay,
18.
that hits.
$18 radiant damage.
Do some math. And that's 35. Yeah, He almost drops.
And then Max is right back there again.
This guy now has, like, this giant black sear right through him after that stab. So close to falling over. But now... Ferris. You see the Wraith.
What's he doing?
He gets right in your face.
I said take a big one!
What big one?
A
The
big
one
one.
right there!
I don't see anything there, Ferris.
And he is simply breathing down your neck right now, poised to slash. Okay.
Okay.
Now, have these guys from the back. You see going to take one shot at Devin and one shot at Max.
Your ACs are up, just to remind you.
Oh yeah, they are from haste. What is that? +3?
Plus
Plus
2,
two.
I believe.
+2. Pulls out this longbow and knocking 2 arrows lets loose. Devin, that is a 19,
That will miss.
and that max is a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Right. That's okay. So Devin, you see the first arrow come flying at you, and just with this extra haste, dodge out of the way. But Max, perhaps it's the tent behind you, but this one lands right on your shoulder, and you take 7 damage.
Calculating. Which guys are the ghouls? These freaks right here?
Yep, these guys.
Okay.
hit by
I'm still
this
going
guy.
to manage to dodge that uncannily, I think.
Okay. You will reduce that damage then.
So it's 3 or 4.
I think you.
You round down.
3.
Yeah, 3 then. That into only 3 damage. Nice. And lastly, like you said, the pack of freaks. As all of them are just going to start scurrying their way towards the camp. They are a decent bit faster. Actually, this guy can make that.
I'm gonna use my reaction to attack him.
Okay. Go ahead.
27.
Yep.
Ten points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Yeah, they're just scurrying towards you and just trying to keep them away. Wait, was it that guy or the guy on the right?
Whichever one came to me first. So I think it was that guy.
No. They were doing that. That being said, these guys were charging pretty much directly at you in a near feral rush as they will each. The first one. They both make 2 attacks at you. First one here. Ouch. Neither of those are hitting, so that's the first attack, so they get advantage on this one. However, the second one, that is a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. That. I'm trying to do the weird thing with their tongues, but miss, but then decide just to swipe at you with that. Oh, I roll awful. You only take 4 damage. However, after this claw makes contact with you, you feel a little more sluggish, and you cannot take reactions until your next turn.
Well, I'd already used my reaction anyway, so...
That's fair.
Roll a con save on blast, I guess.
Oh, I guess I did take
yeah.
damage. That's true.
I still gotta roll the other guy while hang on. That's awesome.
19.
Yep, you're fine. First guy. Okay, well, the second guy completely misses you. Third guy, however, you see is rushing off. Which is either Quinn or Dalen. And right back around to the guests. You're big, so he's gonna go for you.
Okay. I believe he has disadvantage on the roll. because he is marked.
Oh, he is, yes, so he does have disadvantage. Try to take a chunk out of you with a bite.
While it is within 5 feet of you, a creature Okay,
Oh.
so no, it is going to attack normally.
Okay, well, first die was only a 9, so there's no way that's hitting you. Yeah, these guys are pretty slow, so they don't really get to do much else. And we roll right back around to Quinn.
Okay. Alright. So... Quinn is going... I hope Zapper doesn't mind me doing this.
What's up?
We're going to go 5, 10, 15. I think. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, up to here. And he is going to, something funky seems to be going on with Ferris. So we are going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Ferris.
Interesting. Let me look at that really quick. Willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. I assume... which creature type are you choosing here? I would assume undead?
It affects...
It's all of them.
Yeah, it's all of them.
You cannot be
Oh,
frightened
all.
by
Okay.
them. So what happens, Ferris, is Quinn comes over here and he says something truly amazing. We'll have Zapper come up with later. And from his inspirational words, you turn around and the wraith before you just fades away. He doesn't instantly disappear, but he just slowly disappears as he reaches forth towards you, and then he's gone.
Well, I guess I won't roll to play this out because it's Quinn, but yeah, we're just still like, okay, it's gone, right? And Quinn probably says something along like, yes.
You have been rescued by a robot riding a dinosaur. What more could you ask for?
Good point.
Alright, D5, 60, we'll go ahead and dash. 65, 70, 80, 500, 110.
That's
And-
fire.
That is a campfire.
Oh yeah, that is fire. That is not advisable. Is yeah, I guess I don't know if this thing is solid, but I'm assuming it is. So I guess we're kind of stuck and can't do.
This
a whole
probably
heck of a
isn't
lot.
actually here.
Wait a minute. I hate to cut in, but would the dinosaur then be enlarged because that only did target Devin?
No,
Oh.
That's right.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
let me look up the spell description real quick.
Embigify.
Big of
Oh
five.
no.
Actual T-Rex. And that's now
One,
sore.
two,
It's this T-Rex is gonna take out some ghouls, maybe.
hold on a second.
You didn't even think of that.
I'm looking for the part of this. Let's see. While mounted on your steed, you can make any spell you cast that targets only you also target your steed.
Okay, so you have to
I
be
guess-
mounted on your
yeah.
steed specifically.
I have to be mounted on it, and I have to cast the spell.
Oh, okay.
Sad
Alright.
face.
Just checking.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It would be funny.
Wow, who knew the feature being weaker would help? Alright, and we are going to slash at the ghoul that is already injured.
Okay.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
I was going to be very surprised if it didn't.
I just had to move some windows, even though I was like, that's probably enough.
That'll be 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And assuming it's still up, we will
Yes, it
attack
is.
again.
Alright. I assume this means it's marked.
Yes,
And I think that means the other one's not marked anymore.
correct.
Last time he said that they can all be marked at the same time, but
They can,
Well,
but
yeah,
the
but
problem
it's-
is we
It
rolled
only
back
lasts
this
until,
turn.
like, yeah.
yeah.
14.
Yeah, that hits.
Glad I remembered Bless.
Oh wow, yeah, that really.
That is going to be 7 damage.
Okay. Not looking great.
I keep forgetting to shield bash. Bonus action tunnel fighter and pass turn.
Alright. Jalen.
Is everything okay now, Ferris?
I think so. I think Devin needs to check under my bed with divine sense before we go to bed.
All right, for my turn, I will just take the turret over here, and I will shoot this one. So let me
Okay.
do that really quickly. 16.
Yep, that hits. Hit, that hits.
He takes 11 force damage and is pushed back 5 feet over here. That'll be my turn. I'll just make the token really quickly.
There
There we go.
we go. Ferris, we're back to you.
All right. I think I'm going to try and just do double sacred flame on these two guys, hoping
Alrighty.
to take out the tongue man.
That was
deck
dex
save.
saves. Well, that first one's gonna fail.
Okay.
Okay. Even with that, that was a 4 in the die. And the other guy, 6 in the die. They both failed.
All right. So they will both take 8 points of radiant damage.
No, but 8 points. Yeah. So this guy just crumbles into dust as you hit him with that. This guy just, you hear that all familiar screeching and hissing.
And I'll more or less take cover behind the tent.
All right. Devin.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at the 8 guy.
Okay.
Uh, 24.
Yeah, that
and I'm
definitely
gonna use
hits.
Divine Smite.
Okay. I should point out you did not see that he was vulnerable to the radiant.
He's still undead.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 13 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and 18 points of radiant damage.
Bye. Or maybe,
Yeah. Hold up. That's
31.
31.
31, yeah.
Yeah. No, this guy just evaporates.
Then
gone.
I'm going to And he's got disadvantage on attacks against me. I'm gonna go ahead and move over to hit the number 11.
Okay.
I swear, if it gets a double crit.
I know Devin has a tendency to get hit, I swear. Well, that's a 13, but can it be worse? Get rid of a 7. Yeah, that's not going to hit.
Okay. And going to attack this guy.
Yep.
Would help if I was on the right screen. Uh, 25.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That is going to be 10 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action attack.
See, you might be able to get him.
Dirty 20.
That's another hit.
Nine damage.
That does it. This one, you probably just, like, hit him in the side of the head and just enough to disconnect his head from his spine, and he just falls. Oh yeah, 'cause you got haste.
Oh, right. I forgot that guy was even there.
And I am rapidly approaching his location.
That was exactly what I was thinking, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Alright.
And that will be my turn.
Max.
Okay.
Zooms.
Right here, Mac's gonna swing at this guy.
Okay.
$21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
What's even the minimum you can do here?
8.
I'll still let you roll because funny numbers.
Well, I'm not using my sneak attack on this guy.
Ah.
Oh, he's saving.
18.
Okay. Yeah,
Radiant
that
damage.
is just another one.
I like to think Max
Dust.
just killed him by running past him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Max did.
Just like
And now he's
laid
gonna do
out.
that thing. He's gonna do that thing again, but this time he's going to sure strike it.
Okay.
Okay, 2d20 plus. Okay, 10 plus 9 is 19 plus 1d4.
Well, that's definitely past the armor class. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, unnatural 20. So we're no, not table flip. 3d8 plus. Hang on. Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah, trying. It's not going very well if you can't tell.
Wasn't it D10 plus sneak attack plus the D8 plus mod?
Hang on. Okay, so bonus action, blah 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 blah. You get to add the hit dice plus
Yeah.
strength or dex mod to the damage. So that's 3d8 plus 6 normally, so I add strength, so that's plus 10 plus 3d6. 33 radiant
Oh
damage.
my gosh. Devastating blow, but he is still standing.
Alright, that's only 60 feet of movement, so 5, 10, 15,
Didn't
20.
do anything.
Actually, he's gonna move behind Devin.
Okay.
I wanted Max to get a flamethrower at some point, or to shoot a cannon at one point, but I think my fantasy is fulfilled now.
Now he's got a flame blade, sun blade.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we come back to this guy. He's smarter than your average undead, so he's actually, after that...
I'm going to attack with Polearm Master.
Okay.
Sucker.
You can see, though, he is not happy that you hit him that hard. Yep,
19, and I'm going to use Divine Smite.
that hits.
The last emotion he's gonna feel is not being happy, I think.
Rage.
I'm
You're
gonna strangle that
unfiltered.
cat. Dies in divine light.
So that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. It is a very good thing you smited.
And 16 points of radiant damage.
It is a very good thing you smited.
Did have
As-
one.
As you just see him with hate-filled eyes rushing towards Max, only to just get smited over the head. And he falls.
Sucker.
You are out of initiative.
I'm gonna run a few laps if you don't mind. Okay, bye.
Wow, Ferris, this feels oh my gosh, why am I... Oh man, that feels awful.
And I'm just like firebolting the ground where the Wraithers look. Load this crossbow I have and shoot. Okay, I think it's gone. Throw a dagger at it.
Just
Are
for good
you-
measure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I think we're all fine.
If
Ah.
you say so.
Yeah, let's maybe let's go back to sleep. And the sun should rise in a few hours, and we can beautiful sun, and we could.
In a few hours, the sun will rise.
I do not think you will be able to sleep in that state if you ask me. But
Could you check if there's more of those things that we can beat, Devin, that are around?
I will get close to our tents, and I will use Divine Sense.
Alright, what is the radius of it?
60 feet, not behind total cover.
You get a small whiff of like burning flesh. You know it's involved with the undead, but it's very faint.
There's something here, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. I don't know if it's still quote-unquote alive or what.
is it the flower?
Did it seem like it was the flower?
You'd probably have to get closer to know.
Yeah, go to Max.
Max will just walk up to him and hold the flower up to him.
And you take a breath in, and then this horrible sensation comes over you, and you sneeze.
Ugh. I don't think that was it.
Devin is allergic to flowers. Got it.
Who said it was Devin who is allergic to it?
Who
Horrible
did I
allergies.
say?
Well, yeah. Not sure what to say.
Well, I think I'm just gonna. I'll just we'll just all go to sleep and probably sleep extra close to you, Devin. Not just for tactical purposes, of course.
Yeah, I figured that was why.
Yes. And yeah, I do that thing where I kind of like walk alongside with them, not going inside the tent alone.
I guess we can turn in for the night. I don't. If you can't sense it, I don't think anyone else can.
It might be what was left over of it or something. I don't know.
I swear I saw it. I saw it like right there that it came after me, then Quinn swooped in on a dinosaur and touched me or did something, and it was gone.
Weird. Well, here's hoping that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. In fact, Luna, keep a lookout.
Luna says scaredy grape.
No, it's just tactical, like I said earlier.
Tactically scaredy cape.
Well,
Grape.
do you want to die? No, you don't want to die. Because it's very different if I die. If you die, I can just bring you back in an hour or something like that. If I die, you're just going to be gone forever.
The bat seems to be comprehending things right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then I'm going to go back to the tent and crawl in my sleeping bag.
All right. And is that what everyone wants to do for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Alright.
so.
So when the 10 minutes of protection from good and evil pass Ferris, nothing happens.
Okay.
It's so nice now. We can go back to the wonderful world of 3G. And we can roll D100s to see what horrible things await you.
Rolling.
Yeah, who
I guess
rolled?
Doc, yeah.
You were gonna roll, Matt?
I thought you would.
Oh, okay. I will. 41.
Alright. Go ahead and take your movement.
Map is not loading for me.
Refresh.
It's fine for me.
Yeah, if I switch scenes when you're off view of it, it tends to do weird stuff.
I can see!
I can see! I can see!
So that's 4 movement there.
Maybe go out of the
Oh,
death
sorry.
place.
Yeah, that's 5 there.
You make your way to like the kind of the tundra parts of the ice place. There's not really snow, at least not yet,
But it's probably chilly.
but it's a little chilly, yeah.
Yeah, slip on our, like, winter arc clothes.
Max is way ahead.
Yeah.
Max is currently bundled to the point that you can't see his eyes anymore.
Probably a little overkill, but you know. But yeah, if that's all the movement for the day, and Dalen AP spent, consume and roll.
Okay. $52.
All right, go ahead and take your movement. You'll be very close to the storm gate by the end of today. And consume and roll again.
Quill.
Okay. Let me find the room. Nine!
999.
Oh boy.
You guys ready for a second round of combat? Or you
Better
know,
hear that.
our
Better-
flame job just getting ruined again.
Better here than in the spiral. So.
Alright.
Fair.
So as you make your way towards the storm gate, you notice that the terrain out here is sort of turned into, it's almost like comparable to a, well, maybe you'd call it a minefield, but it's mostly just large floating rocks all over the place that you have to start navigating your way through. And as you try and drive through this, suddenly the sails catch the wind, and you find yourself ramming headfirst into most of these rocks.
Oh man, did you see the size of those? They're titanic.
And you see the wraith
No!
throwing your sails forward.
It's there, right? It sabotaged us!
And it just sits there, like it blows the sails, and it's just left behind in the spurt of speed.
The boat takes 50 damage.
15 or 50?
50.
Okay.
They
That's
were
a lot
very
of
sharp
damage.
rocks all over, and you were just thrown right through them.
Maybe the wraith did push you around just a little bit.
And it's not like it's siege damage, just 50 total. I
I
calculated
don't
because I
know,
rolled.
Ferris. I mean, the flame job's great and all, but we're having to like fix it every couple of days.
It's that wraith. It's sabotaging it. It doesn't want the flame job. I'm just gonna try and, like, it's probably long gone by now, but I'm just gonna throw fire bolts at it.
Oh my god. I think you might need something like therapy, but for ghosts, I guess would be. I don't know if exorcism would be a thing in this world, but I guess that.
Are you saying I'm going crazy? I'm not going crazy. It's the wraith doing everything. Every bad thing that's happened in my life was the wraith. It's probably the common denominator, not me. I'm not crazy. The wraith is crazy.
Can we guess at this point if there's like something like really wrong with Ferris, or if he's just having like fear anxiety?
Well, what are you going to do with him, I guess, is the question.
I mean, I don't think we have any information on it. Like, we read about the wraith, but I don't think we read anything about this kind of thing, right?
No, not really.
You
Yeah,
are allowed to
so-
do your own investigations here, though. Well, not like you know what I mean.
I guess I'll just keep Dalen would just keep an eye on him of like if he develops any weird habits or tics or stuff like that.
You don't think it's from when the wraith breathed on him, do you?
It might as well be, but I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's him panicking himself or if it is the wraith that did that. I'm not sure.
Well, hopefully, if we get away from this world, it will stop tormenting him.
Hopefully it doesn't torment
Maybe.
anyone else back on the mainland. In any case, do you guys want me to stop on that island over there so we can fix the boat up?
That's actually probably a good idea.
Probably. I have one free AP for this day, so I will give it 17. And we can fix it up tomorrow if you want, yeah.
Alright.
Alright, well, with that, the day will come to an end and consume and roll.
Okay, it's me this time. 35.
Alright. Seems all good.
Okay, let's stop here and like let Dalen do his magic.
Yeah, I will use 2 AP to give it 34, and that should be enough. So we have 2 more AP this day.
Alright.
Alright. And you notice that as far as like blockades go, this side of it does not really seem to have much of anything. But all the same, you make your way into the spiral, and before you see what you've heard about is the main city of Grizzleheim, the city of Northgard, and it has its great hall. In front of you, a massive wooden structure on top of a mostly green but somewhat snowy landscape. And you close out your first day in the spiral. Consume and roll.
I guess I'm up again. $74.
All right, 74. You guys have a pleasant day. And the next one will come around. Consume and roll.
$17.
All right, so as you guys are going throughout the spiral, you Ferris, you see on top of the nose of the ship is the Wraith.
There he is, and I'm gonna firebolt him.
All right, where are you aiming?
The Wraith.
Yeah, like at his face or
Yeah,
at
his
his
face.
feet? All right, it passes straight through it and it turns around to look at you with those blazing blue eyes.
It's right there, guys. It's right there, guys. Smite it, Devin.
Ferris, there's nothing
Stab it.
there.
Your lightsaber, Max.
I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
Okay. Which direction are you looking, towards or away from Ferris?
I mean, it has a 60-foot radius all around me.
I know, just for
In the
flavor.
direction that he's pointing to. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's hard to say because I don't know exactly where I'd be located.
Somewhere like on deck, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm facing towards or away from
Yeah.
Ferris.
Are you like behind Ferris, looking out towards what he's pointing at?
Probably standing in front of him, actually.
All right. So the smell that you get this time of that like burning flesh smell is stronger this time. But it's not from where Ferris is pointing. It's from behind you.
I'm gonna turn around.
It's coming from Ferris.
Okay, so... Yeah, I think it did something to you.
What do you mean?
You're... I guess... touched by undeath is the best way I can think of to put it.
He's possessed.
He's not possessed, at least I don't think he is.
Does he look any paler, I guess?
I mean,
Oh,
I
you know
imagine
more
if
than
Ferris is
the-
currently scared, he probably looks pale as a ghost.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I know what we need to do. We need to tie him to one of the beds, and then we need to throw water on him, and then yell at him in a language none of us understands.
I got an idea. We got holy water, right? Maybe if I just drink the holy water, everything will be okay.
I mean, I guess we could try that. That's not how it usually
Well,
works.
that might. You can try, but that if
Well, it's new territory for
if
me.
if it is happening what we think is happening, then that might actually hurt you more than it helps.
If I had to guess, you're probably cursed.
Oh no. Well, how do we stop this? I don't want to keep seeing that thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer to this is. Maybe we could see if there's somebody on Grizzleheim who can help.
Okay, so if it shows up, it's not real, right? It's not real.
No, I didn't sense anything coming from anywhere near where you were pointing, so I don't think it is.
Not to us, anyway.
And you saw how your firebolt just went right. Oh, right, no, I didn't see that. Your firebolt didn't hit anything, so I don't know if it looked to you like it hit something or not?
Yeah, it's not real. I'll just confront my fears, and then this will all go away next time I see it. Is it still there?
While you've been like turned around talking to everyone, you turn around and it's gone again.
Okay. Yeah. Well, next time it shows up, I'll show it what for, and yeah, I'm gonna check myself. Is there any Well, did he exposit that information to me? There's burning flesh somewhere?
I don't think he said anything about that, no.
Okay.
Devin's assumption is going to be that that's like a symbolic sort of thing, that it doesn't actually mean that flesh is burned anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but Dalen has a sneaking suspicion that there might be some, something necrotic going on, but we'll see, I guess.
Check something real quick.
Well, could you guys diagnose me? Do I need to strip down to my skivvies and you gotta hit me with the little hammer thing on my knee and
I
pops?
don't think that'll be necessary.
Okay.
You could check if you do have anything weird going on with your body, but if it is just a curse, there shouldn't be anything going wrong.
Okay. I'll do a self-examination to see if there's any lumps anywhere. Or...
Yeah, everything seems fine physically.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back to bed. Or continue what we were doing before we did this.
All right. If that's everything, consume and roll.
Cool.
Hang on, I'm eating. 25.
All right, Ferris. You open your eyes, and that hand is right in front of them. 2 fingers in front of both your eyeballs.
I'll open them. I'm gonna be like, I'm not afraid anymore. You hear that? I'm not afraid anymore.
Are you still like sunk into the bed, or do you?
Yeah, I'm still
try to,
kind of
like,
sunk
bat
into the
him
bed,
away?
but kind of stealing myself.
All right. It comes closer to you, and tries to wrap its fingers around your head like it did the first time.
You're not real. You're not real. I'm like closing my eyes, saying it like when you're in a dream and you see something scary, you try to close your eyes and hopefully it passes.
And the rest of us hear this.
Probably.
All right.
Okay.
Ferris, I want you to make a charisma save.
Charisma save. Okay. I should be pretty good at those. +7. I think I'm gonna reroll it.
Do it, yeah. Good.
25.
You manage to steel yourself after this thing just almost feels like it's trying to do exactly what it did again. Perhaps an apparition,
Yeah.
perhaps not. You're not sure, but
There's a tingling sensation as it comes to grips with you, and you just kind of steel yourself. You get up and you kind of like grip its hands, and it starts to like burn away as these blue flames catch all across it, starting from where it made contact with you, until those burning blue eyes take their last look at you, and then it's gone.
And this is when Max kicks down the door, right?
Yeah. I'm just kind of in that like position and just like boxer shorts, just kind of like in my room, hunched over, sort of like looking around. I think I got it.
You sure?
I think so. I think I killed it. I'm not afraid anymore.
Devin!
Right behind you.
Max kind of steps out of the way.
Getting some mileage out of this feature this session. We're gonna use Divine Sense.
And you don't have that smell anymore. It does seem like he's correct here.
I think it's actually gone this time.
Hooray!
Thank the. What's the pantheon? God's God? I don't know. It's gone. Oh, this is gonna make a great chapter in my autobiography.
Ferris, the great slayer of illusions and hallucinations.
Master and Slayer of Illusions.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the affirmation that it actually is gone, Devin. Appreciate it. Thanks for busting in there. I think I'll promote you to Wraith Watcher, Max, from Admiral. Actually, I'll just keep you as Admiral.
Okay.
But I'm still
I mean,
Captain.
I can pull double duty if you want.
Yeah, Vice Admiral Wraith Watcher.
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully that thing won't bug us anymore. I get bad feelings about that flower too. Let's just make it into something at some point, and just so we can get rid of every remnant of that thing. Well, I guess technically we'll be using it, but whatever. You get my point.
But it's so fashionable.
Well, it's up to Max, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Whatever. I'm probably gonna enjoy a
I think
nice.
I think we could do some neat stuff if we tried to smash it together with a spirit crystal.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just smashing two things together is usually the way to go.
And then we can paint flames on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah. Let's get back to bed. I'm probably gonna have the best night's sleep I've had in how many days since we fought that wraith?
About a week.
Yeah, about a week.
All right. And consume and roll.
It's me, right? Watch it be like 1.
Oh!
The opposite.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Nat Hundo.
All right, so interesting. There is a ship coming this direction from Grizzleheim, and it seems rather rushed.
I had a really good sleep last night. Oh, who are they?
Max will hail them by
And,
frantically waving his hands in the air.
Going, hoy!
Hoy!
I mean, it helps when you have a giant glow stick, I'm sure.
He's doing like the airline runway thing.
Eventually, they stop and one of the bears comes aboard and says, "Please, we didn't do anything wrong.
What's going on?
You're not arresting us."
No? I just wanted to say hi. Well, you seemed like you were in a hurry. I was kind of wondering what that was all about, too.
Oh, well, it's horrible out there. The only reason why we got out was, well, because of tragedy. I wouldn't recommend going to Grizzleheim.
Okay, back up a little bit. What's going on here?
The Coven, or the Ravens, however you wish to call them, have taken control of the world. They have an iron grip from their fortress in Wintertusk, and everyone has to live off of their goods. Nothing grows in Northgard anymore, or anywhere on the mainlands. From what we can tell, the only thing that grows is whatever they use for their spells, and we have to go buy these tiny berries from them at the same price as our normal food, but it doesn't last. And if we do anything that they don't like, we are denied food and other sustenance.
Well, it seems like you need the assistance of a plucky group of adventurers.
The reason I got out was because a plucky group of adventurers, heroes from our land, decided to create a diversion for someone to escape. And now they're all gone. They have a weapon. I don't know how they created this weapon, but the Coven are able to make it so your windstones stop. They create a dead zone of magic. Even our spellcasters tried to duel with them, and that was what got them captured. Most of our greatest warriors are dead or captured. Your ship would never make it to Wintertusk.
That's okay, we've got a dinosaur.
Okay, is there anywhere we can safely dock so that we might be able to make it there on foot? I'm not familiar with the geography.
Wintertusk is located north of the mainland. However, the only way to get there is by air. It is not connected to the mainland at all. You could dock at Northgard, and you might be able to return this way. But trying to reach any other storm gate is controlled by the Coven, and they want to keep a trap on this information coming out. From what I understand, there's some sort of agreement that you have to sign if you want to leave through the other storm gates. The only reason they don't care about this one is apparently because Wizard City no longer sees us as a worthy trading partner.
So, Wintertusk, how far is it from the mainland?
At least a day's journey, maybe two.
And it's just a void in between the mainland in Winter Tusk?
It's open. It's open sky. Perhaps if you're lucky, you could find something to land on, but it won't do you much good if your ship is knocked out of the sky. They have spells and other items within their fortress that let them see out into the area. You won't be able to sneak up on them.
And when you say they can disable magic, is that just the Windstones or just magic in general?
All magic.
Is this magic?
And he turns on his sunblade.
I believe so.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Max, that would be magic.
I don't know, maybe it's like technology stuff like you have.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but
It seems like some of these weapons that you have would still work. He like gestures to like the brave crossbow and like Quinn's longsword.
yeah.
As far as you're aware, do you know if there's anybody who arrived to Grizzleheim recently who's backing up this coven?
It is somewhat peculiar how they came to power so quickly, but they are not new either. They've caused trouble for us for quite a long time, but their capabilities have never reached quite this far.
How do they leave the island themselves if they cannot use the ships? I doubt they can
It's,
disable only certain windstones.
from what I can understand, it's a targeted strike. It is indiscriminate, but when you're able to choose which location that you fire upon, you need not worry about hitting yourself. Though I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to make some sacrifices along the way if they felt it was worth it.
Well, that's what I was about to ask next. How good of a view do they have on ships passing towards Winter Tusk? Is it just they can see the ship in general, or can they like make out in clear detail everybody on board?
Yeah, he shrugs. We've been trying to find that one out ourselves, but one way or another, they're able to tell exactly which direction we're coming from.
Well, my thinking was we could try to commandeer one of their ships, disguise ourselves.
It seems to me like they can divine what is going to happen, so I imagine that might not work, but that is the best plan we have right now, I guess.
Or if that doesn't work, maybe we try to draw them out.
Mm.
Much like we did with the Wraith.
How would you draw them out? They have everything they want.
Well, how do they collect their money?
We send ships back to their mainland.
You send ships.
They do.
They send ships.
Yes,
And
that's also how they bring their food, but
who collects it, though?
they do.
Which means they come to the mainland then, right?
Yes, but they are also occupying the area. And one more thing I should tell you about ravens. They are all tricksy fellows. They are known to take the shapes of others, to mimic the sounds of others, to even change their physical forms to appear like someone. You can never really be sure if you are talking to a raven or a normal person. And it's how their regime has worked so well. We cannot find a decent hole.
Well, it sounds like you were able to coordinate with somebody. Is there some sort of resistance force or something that we could try to connect with?
I would normally not tell you this, but it seems that you're well-intentioned. So long as you promise not to make an agreement with the Coven to divulge this information, no matter how painful it might be.
Heck no.
No, we have quite a resume for defeating things like this.
The leader is the shield maiden Heidi Blur. Now, normally she just runs a simple tavern. But that could be where you discover more. She could tell you a bit more. B-U-E-R.
I think we were all thinking the same thing there.
Yeah.
B-U-E-R. Now, I've tried to learn quite a bit, but again, we've already lost most everything. Pretty much all they have left now is intelligence, no manpower.
Hmm. Well, I think we'll do what we can as I.
Where can we find her?
You can find her in North Garden, and her tavern's name is called the Snow Phoenix.
Any code words that we should maybe say to? I have a feeling we talk in private about these matters.
And he passes a small stone into your hand.
Okay. I think I get it.
There's some intricate carvings on it, but he says, consider yourself an employee. That being said, try to act like one.
Oh, yeah.
At least if you're seen in the day.
And being an employee would entail.
You'd have to be shadowing those who work at the tavern or performing orders and other tasks, whatever will make the Ravens assume that you came here of your own accord. I guess this means you would also have to distribute their goods, but
Okay.
it's the best I can do. I hope that you have at least a somewhat good cook with you, because the tavern is, well, let's say it's the only place you can get the food. You can eat it by itself, but it tastes like dust.
Do we have anyone who could cook?
Depends.
I'm
What
not
kind of
that
check
one.
does it take?
Like, I mean, does anyone have cooking tools?
No.
No.
And we don't have a kitchen as well.
I have survival expertise.
So you know how to make rotisserie squirrel.
Yes.
He could get you like the spices and herbs.
I could tell you if you're gonna throw up if you eat it or not.
Quinn probably volunteers. He's like, I haven't done half bad cooking of squid. But, well, I hope that you are successful in restoring my world.
We will give it our all.
Yeah, the cleanup crew does not try. We do.
That might get us into trouble one day, you know.
Well, in any case, I think everything should be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen when we when we take on the coven?
Do you really want us to answer that?
I was going to ask, what do you know of rune magic?
Not much. I know that it exists, and it is a thing capable of doing magical things without, you know, inherently being part of something. It is invoked through different means of runes, but I'm not really familiar with how it works or how you even do it in this world.
Yes, well, suffice it to say, most rune magic has a passive state in which it emanates magic to a radius around it, typically to whomever is carrying it. He kind of gestures to the one in Ferris's hand. But it also has an active state. However, they have to be imbued by someone who has rune magic born to them or manifest in them. Sometimes there are rituals that can cause you to gain this gift. but it is rare to happen to those who are not from Grizzleheim to manifest it. But if any of you have it, the active state of that rune is more or less a way to send a short message back to Heidi. In fact, may I see it again for one moment?
I hand it back.
All right. And he looks lost in thought for a bit. For a bit, you see it. You see like the carvings flash white for about a minute, and then he hands it back to you, and he says, "It won't work again for at least a day, but she knows that I'm sending you now, which should help your chances of getting into that back room."
Excellent.
Get it? Sending.
But well, I'm glad to see that the wizards of Wizard City have not completely abandoned us. The students of Ravenwood have been well renowned for some time.
We're not actually from Wizard City originally.
Oh, I thought with the elf and the book and all.
Oh no! Well, it's a long story, but I was kicked out of there a while ago, so I'm well, I'm not with them.
Although Ravenwood has had their share of troubles as well, otherwise they might have helped before, but
Well, perhaps I can enlighten them and they can provide greater support. But thank you for being willing to help my people. I wish you good luck.
Thank
to you as well.
All right, and he gets back on his ship and he leaves.
All right. Do you want to save the conversations for when we get there? Because no magic sounds no bueno.
Hmm. Probably.
Well, I mean, I don't really have too much of a problem with no magic. I mean, I've got this, and he takes out his rapier.
Yeah. The problem is, like, they are going to be using magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's everything, consume and roll.
Yeah. I'm also going to turn my illusion spell to disguise self.
Okay.
One question when we're at that point. Since Quinn is running on an arcane core now, would we lose Quinn?
You don't know. You didn't ask anyone of authority when you had the chance.
Fair. But I don't know if he would even know that. So.
Alright, who's rolling, by the way? Is it? No, it'd be quote.
I think it's
No,
Doc again.
Doc again. Yeah.
All right. $22.
All right. The day passes on,
Fishing.
doing the fish.
That's just a 2d6, right?
I'm like, I believe so. Ask the ship sheet.
Ship help.
Yeah, it was 2d6.
Okay. $11.
There's a lot of fish.
We can eat free for today, and then some.
Yeah, so everyone gets. See, there are 4 of us since Quinn doesn't eat.
You're all
Everyone
good.
gets 3 except for one person who gets 2.
I guess I can be the 2.
Okay.
All right. And if that's everything for today, consume your free fish and roll.
$17.
All right. The world is now getting pretty close. You'll reach it probably by the end of the next day. But consume your second free fish and roll.
Do we get to fish again?
If you have the charges for it or however it works.
$9.
So everyone gets 2, Max gets 3, or Ferris gets 3, so we...
Yeah. Ferris gets 3, everyone else gets 2.
Alright.
And I have finished the rings with Warding Bond.
Let's see. You've done the 3rd stage. So you are on to the last one, and because this is a divine spell, someone is going to have to make a charisma religion check on this.
Charisma what? A
Does-
religion.
Charisma religion.
Yeah.
I don't have religion.
My guess is you probably have the best modifier on this.
I
Alright.
have a 0.
Unless somebody is proficient in religion and has intelligence.
Alright, I guess I'll try it. So,
I have a 0, and you roll with advantage because of the tool feature.
alright. So, it would just be +4 for me.
Yeah, that's the best we got.
With advantage?
Although, do we get proficiency with the tools? So, I don't know.
It's magic.
Are we rolling +4?
You're getting the magic in it now. So
Oh,
it's
okay, so
not a
+4
tool.
then, yeah.
Is it advantage or just normal?
If someone helps you.
I can. I don't. No one else has religion. I can cast enhance ability if you want.
Well, I think it's important, but well, yeah, I guess it's up to you if you do it.
I'll cast it. Yeah, it's fine.
All right. You implement charisma into me. Well, that'll be a 15 plus 4 would be a 19.
All right. 19. So we will resolve this when it's finished. But It's on its last stage now. 7 more AP and it's done. So over the next few days, you might be spending a bit of time with this ring now that you're no longer afraid. You're applying yourself. But yeah, consume your free fish and make your last spiral check.
All right, that's me, right?
I
85.
think so, yeah.
85. All right. And with all that, you make your way to the world of Grizzleheim. Now I have to go get my little Max. There you are.
All right, do we have full movement?
I'll say you have 3 because you spent like 2 on like the way in.
All right. Or on this little island.
All right. And consume and roll.
I'll start working on the cutting the gem. Or no, sorry, that's still AP.
Yeah, you
for
still
the
have
ring,
7
okay.
AP to spend on the.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Crow, your
rings.
turn.
All right. Bum 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 bum. I am rolling a D100. 52.
All right. Take your 5 movement. All right, you are 1 day out from Northgard, but you're landed on the mainland. It is the fall season, so the leaves are turning their yellows and so forth. And the winter clothes are definitely well advised as they were before. But the grass actually seems pretty green still, surprisingly. Seems well hydrated. And yeah, consume and roll to reach Northgard.
All right. We bottle the ship and bring out our wagon.
I guess while we're out here, Max should maybe see if he can forage anything, since it sounds like it's gonna be tough to resupply in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll, DMs?
Nice.
You can make a survival check, Max, if you want to try to find something.
Though this would be using one of your AP.
All right, well, 14.
You feel like normally this would actually work, but all the plants that you find that would normally like have berries and stuff just don't have anything at all. Like you're just going around like there's like it doesn't even look like anyone pulled and like already got to it first. Like it's like it never grew.
Looks like we're going on the carnivore diet for a while.
And yeah, you make your way into the city of Northgard, and like you saw in the spiral, there is that large building in the center of town. The buildings are kind of spread far apart. There's lodges and things. You see bears and wolves kind of crestfallenly going around doing their normal labors as tailors and blacksmiths and other things. Most restaurants and things are closed. You do spot the occasional raven. Whether or not they're part of the coven, you don't know, but there are ravens around too.
How well nourished do they look?
Yeah.
Well, everyone looks well nourished. At least from the street view, everyone looks well nourished.
Well, perhaps we should find that tavern.
Just before we get into town, I'll just use the infusion to switch from the Lantern of Revealing to an alchemy jug, in case we need it for anything.
I know what one he's thinking of using it for.
We'll live off of mayonnaise.
Mayo and honey.
No.
Mayo and honey. Do you remember the name of the tavern though?
Yes, I wrote it down actually. The Snow Phoenix or something like that. Just wait.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you find this the like label of the tavern, and its logo is well, a bird with its arms outstretched in circular patterns coming back to its wings in a very striking beacon face. And yeah, you are at the tavern. What do you do?
Head inside, I suppose.
Yeah. Very casually.
All right. So inside of the tavern, you see that there's some tables with people at them, and there's a waitress going around. There's an employees only door in the back of the tavern, as there tends to be. And all of the food seems to be very small in portion, but again, everyone seems like they're pretty well off as far as nourishment goes.
Heckin' good berry.
I guess we'll go to the counter. Or I don't know if we get seated or anything, or we just find a seat.
Yeah, do you order anything from the counter or sitting down?
I looked at everyone else. Are we looking for work, or are we gonna sit down and eat?
Sit down first.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a seat. We'll take a table for 4 or at 5, I guess.
All right. And a waiter sits you down, and he asks you if you want anything. You notice that most everything has good in the name.
The good steak. What do the prices look like?
5. They're all
5 gold.
5 gold. Suspiciously, they're all the same price, but
Yeah.
They're all 5 gold.
So, what is the difference between the good steak and the good salad?
Well, one has greens with it that, taste decently fine, and the other one tastes like a steak.
Huh.
And it comes out looking that way for sure. You
I'll-
can even set to what kind of rarity you want on the steak.
I think I'll get a good Mac, and I think my friend Max here will take a good Happy Meal.
I'll
It
take the
comes
good
in a
burger.
box.
The good burger.
I'll take the good chicken wings.
All right. Unfortunately, we don't have a good Happy Meal. There's no boxes we can supply.
You have good
unfortunately.
nuggies.
I guess that'll do. It's not as good as a box, but it'll suffice.
Yes, terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got plenty of boxes at home. I just thought it'd be nice to have a souvenir.
All right, and it takes a few minutes, but eventually, like, the food comes out, and again, everything is incredibly small portioned. And Ferris, make a Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana. I do this all the time. I should remember it's +3. Nat 1, which makes a 4.
Oh.
Actually, I'm gonna use a sorcery. Or no, I'm gonna use a sorcery point to use magical guidance.
Yeah.
All right, what does that do?
It lets me reroll ability checks if I use a sorcery point.
All right, well, fair enough.
Oh.
So
There's no way.
you have a sizzling like steak put in front of you. It's got the sound effects, the smell, the heat signature, everything. It is amazing. And everyone else's food kind of looks terrible by comparison, honestly.
Oh wow! Yeah, I got we sure got the short end of the stick. You know what? This was worth the. I don't know. We pay after if it's like a real restaurant, but I give him a 3 gold tip. So I
Alright.
dig into my
No, Ferris, don't support tipping culture.
60%.
Yeah, it's a nice juicy steak with like kind of got bits of like rosemary in it as well. It's well seasoned. Maybe a bit of a sauce you can't quite recognize that makes it a little sweet.
Oh yeah, I dig in that case.
Everyone else, like, it tastes like what you were expecting. It's not like it's not like terrible, but it's not like super amazing either. It's very much like fast food.
You're still hungry after you eat it, kind of, but kind of satiated at the same time.
I'm not really full, but at the same time, I don't want to eat more.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel like eating for the rest of the day is like a suggestion, not a requirement. And yeah, you finished like your meal.
Do we get at least like water? I don't know.
Yeah, you do have access to water.
Okay. So, well, what's the plan?
I think we should look around the room.
Yeah,
Does it
you,
look like anyone's listening to us, or?
Seems more. You see someone like talking to the butler, and pointing your direction. He seems a little upset.
Oh. Well, I think we should get a job here. It's a fine establishment. Do I see anyone who looks like a Heidburr? Heidelberg?
I mean, there is a tall, strong woman who mans like the main counter, but you weren't waited on by her or anything.
Yeah. Well, I pull back my chair and I walk to her.
All right, and she's like cleaning out like a glass, and she looks to you and says, "Well, what can I do for you?"
Well, I me and my friends are kind of in a ditch, and we spent the last of what we had on this meal here, and if it's fine, if you have any problems here, I think we'd like to apply to possibly work with you for a bit of coin. We're willing to do really dirty jobs.
Well, our customership has been increasing over the past few days, but I think having some exotic talent might be beneficial to our establishment, so I accept your offer. I will give you orientation back behind. And she kind of gestures towards the employees only door when the day closes. But you may go in there right now if you wish to wait.
And I would expect a review on my performance quite promptly. And I like them in private because I don't like everyone else hearing it. You know what I mean?
Well, don't worry. Everyone has to report to the coven, so your deeds will be the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I walked back to the group. And it's like, well, I got us a job.
Yay, employment!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manual labor. It's gonna be fun, I bet.
You hear like a
Those-
a chair get like thrown over as the man yells, "I ordered the same thing as him, and I can't believe I got this tiny little piece of junk," and storms out the door.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think he was jealous of your food, Ferris.
Yeah, well, I found it a little strange they gave me such a nice cut of meat there, but... Well, I guess no use complaining about that, or focusing on that. We're gonna,
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna work at this restaurant.
Sounds like a plan.
Those Quinn lessons of manual work without help are gonna help this time, I guess.
Well, I think it's gonna be more include washing dishes and mopping vomit off floors and.
Oh man,
You'd be surprised how much that takes out of you.
Yeah.
I had to get promoted out of that stuff before. I don't want to have to do it again.
Well, we gotta start somewhere.
I guess.
I kind of have to do that every day on the ship, you know?
Well, it's not like everyone's throwing up on a daily basis.
Yes, but someone's leaving burn marks with a sword made of sunlight.
Hey, no. Maybe.
But in any case, she said we can go back right away. So,
Oh boy,
I-
to the secret rooms.
yeah. You always wondered what it looks like in the back of restaurants. I know it's just a kitchen, but, you know. Feels like I'm in a secret meeting going back there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, after kind of leaving our dishes there, we'll probably go in the back then if she instructed that.
All right. Who is gonna try to open the door first?
I will.
All right. Yeah, the door opens for you.
Yeah.
There's a lock on it, but
I guess the rest of us follow him in.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you go inside of the room, someone make a perception check for me.
Oh boy. Alright. 23.
When you make your way like into like the kitchen proper, where you see like a few bears and wolves, maybe like 3 of them, doing cooking. You can clearly see that they're just working with good berries at this point.
They're just making them aesthetically presentable on the plate.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of them seem to be casting spells on the food too, or at least one of them is. And Max, you hear the door click behind you once you're all at the bottom of like a small stairway in the room proper.
Okay. He's going to Thieves' Cant to Dalen. I think the door locked behind us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did. Probably through the rune magic.
Yeah, it's probably nothing to worry about, but just keep your eyes out just in case.
Yeah.
All right, and
We continue.
oh, go ahead.
We just probably continue.
Yeah, and eventually, after about maybe half an hour or so, the bear woman comes back, and she says, "So, I've heard you've come to help us."
Yes. Remind me what we're helping you with?
The coven.
I nod. Just making sure we're behind closed doors here.
She kind of like gestures to the door that is in fact closed.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
figuratively.
the figurative closed door.
You can never be too safe when the walls have ears.
Well, that we have protection here when we need it. Such as in this case.
Alright. We know a little bit about what's going on.
So it sounds like the Ravens have basically done something probably magic related that's making it so that no food can grow around here, and they basically are the only ones to have access to any sort of food.
Yes, they supply us with good berries that we still charge for a full price. Though we do have to keep up with a running blacklist. We were allowed to make it presentable through means that we found necessary, but other than that, we too operate under their thumb. The only reason our establishment lasts at all is because we charge so highly. Otherwise, the Ravens would have shut us down as well.
And I assume most of the profit goes straight to them.
Well, all of it does, except tips.
So what's their end game?
I think we have already seen it. They own the world. No one can oppose them. They have absolute power.
Well, you gotta have like some kind of ideas of where to go from here, right? So, plans that only crazy adventurers would be willing to accept.
I mean, Max, that's like asking a cat if they have a plan of trying to
The answer is
overthrow the city.
boxes, but we're not talking about that right now.
Well, that is why we are having this meeting. We don't have an idea of how to take the Coven on, or we would have done so ourselves.
Well,
However, you have tools that we do not have access to, and perhaps that may provide a way.
Well, we kind of have two ideas. One would be to disguise ourselves and try to sneak onto Winter Tusk, probably using one of their ships. And the other would be to try to lure them out. If we went after the collectors that come here to Northgard, they'd kind of be forced to act.
Commandeering the ship would require a significantly good set of disguises that could hold up to the scrutiny of those who live in disguises. In theory, it is possible, but it would be challenging. Killing them would probably not end well. Potentially, you might be able to stow away on the ships, but that also would be a challenge in and of itself.
So, have you ever considered, fish?
Fish?
Yes, fish. Fishing. I mean, that's how we get food sometimes. you need a lot of fishers, but I mean, if you taught everyone to fish and they could just feed themselves, then well, you basically beat the people who are only selling plants. If you don't need to eat plants, then you don't need to buy them.
So when you went to the dock, you noticed that there were no fishing ships. And she says, they don't come back.
Well, that's why you fish from land.
You can't catch many fish from land, and here's the other thing. If everyone all decides all at once to eat every single animal at our disposal, there won't be any animals anymore.
He thinks about it for a bit.
She is right.
Well, I mean, you don't just go out and kill them all at the same time. You let them repopulate.
Well,
I'm
we
not sure that's an
cannot-
option, Max.
Even
Cannot
in
do
the
that
best
with the
of
population.
scenarios, we would still be partially using the coven for our income of food, and if they realize how much money is no longer coming into their pockets, they are going to take action.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the point. If they take action, they have to come here, and then if they come here, well, I didn't think that far ahead. I was just trying to present options to get them here, and the lure them out option.
You could lure some here. That much is certain, but
But if they don't come back, then more will have to come.
I'm not so sure about that. If that happens, they will probably stop sending the good berries, and we will be then forced to hunt all the animals or starve. But pulling some of their forces out could be worth it. But you would still need a follow-up.
Yeah, because we need to get them all here. So I think... Well, I think initially we need them to come here so we could... I think one way or another we're going to have to either stow away on their ship or disguise ourselves as whoever's coming to collect.
There is a third option, but
And what's that?
convincing one of them to work with us instead, but that's obviously a less probable option.
Are they prone to bribery, do you think?
The Coven is pretty loyal to itself. But not all of them stay. The younger ravens of Grizzleheim have been leaving the Coven for a bit to go to the other schools of magic. And perhaps that is part of why the Coven made them move so quickly.
And we've heard they have some form of anti-magic technology. Are you clear on how that works? Am I just... I use magic. Am I just going to be useless if I go there?
Not on the island. From our sources, we are believing it is what we call a magic dead zone. But this zone is very, very large.
Is it between you and them?
No, it's an attack.
Huh.
It targeted the entire town. It doesn't last incredibly long, but it lasts long enough to do a significant amount of damage when they want it to. And its main use case that they have found is destroying our fleets, our fishing boats, and other craft.
How long does it last?
It... From what we can tell, it lasts at least 4 hours. It's long enough to make sure that no one comes back. Once the ship goes into the sky barrier, and its crew are not really seen anymore.
Have you considered non-magical means of flight?
She taps her chin and says, "It's a possibility, but we don't have any options that we know of. At least not on this world."
Are there...
Do hot air balloons exist in this universe?
Need a Zeppelin.
Dalen, do you know of anything like that?
Well, the propulsion of hot air is a thing we do. We do use steam, as far as I know, in the city, but hot air is a form of flight we could use. We just need a proper way of creating one.
The only way I could think of is MacGyvering our sails into a balloon shape and then tying a basket on it.
And even then would be open to any kind of ranged attack.
Yeah.
Do you know if they use ranged attacks? Or is it just this this magic dead zone?
We're still not entirely sure how their detection works, but I imagine they would first try to dead zone you. When it doesn't work, they might try to send a ship after you. And if you defeat it, I guess they would probably try to shoot you down with the bolt. But if you take out that bolt and you keep your hot air balloon afloat, you could probably reach the island that way.
What about the possibility of stowing away on board one of their ships? Presumably they have to come by every so often to drop off the good berries. How often do they do that?
They send their ships once a week with their goods. I can tell you that the good berries come every day from various casters, but they themselves seem like they need some sort of shipment, as well as sending back the money. It is possible to stow away on the ship, but depending on the plan, that could go very well or very poorly.
I think that's going to be the case for any plan we come up with.
Yeah.
I mean, if we do the hot air plan, then, I mean, we've done this before. Ferris could just teleport us onto the ship, we take out everyone on the ship, and then we make it our ship.
Or wait a minute. If we make a balloon, I could hide it. And we just
Yeah.
Can you hide something that big?
20-foot cube. Well, it depends how big the balloon is, but if it's 20 feet by 20 feet.
Will this hide yourself?
No, we won't, but I think it'd be a little harder to see 4 people amongst everything rather than a big balloon or a big ship. Even if they do send someone, they won't know what's going on.
Well,
And if they send someone at us, we can fight them with magic if they haven't tried to dead zone us, because if then they tried to dead zone us, they'd shoot their own ship.
Yeah.
It's possible. I think either one of your strategies could work.
I still think we might be able to be better off if we hide in a crate full of gold or something.
In the hot air balloon?
No, if we
No,
sneak
no.
aboard their ship.
If we stow away on the ship, yeah.
Another thing I was thinking is giant eagles or wyverns, something that people ride in this world.
The only world I know of with flying creatures is Wisteria. You could reach the world from here. However, the blockade from the Coven would make that challenging.
Yeah.
Granted, because you are all foreigners, they would simply ask you not to divulge the secrets of what is going on here, accompanied with a spell. But you need not divulge the secrets to purchase a Pegasus or a Griffin. Not divulge.
There's nothing like that on Aquila?
That is another possibility, though they don't domesticate them quite as much as Wisteria does. To be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Aquila. Potentially, there could be something there, but I only really know about the worlds that neighbor my own.
I guess just to confirm with her, does that mean that the Stormgate is to Wisteria?
Yes, that Stormgate does go to Wisteria. But any three of these plans could work. Each would have their own complications, but they all have I'd say, a decent chance of working especially because it utilizes the strength that you have that we do not possess ourselves.
What do you guys say? Are we gonna stow away, balloon, or ride something?
Well, the advantages of the balloon are that we can go there on our own terms, and we don't have to spend time running to another place to get things to bring back and be asked why we're bringing flying creatures into this world where people aren't supposed to be flying. The advantage of stowing away is that we don't need to make some sort of flying contraption of our own design. But if we get caught, jig's up. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Do they have any way to communicate between their ships and their base of operations?
From what I can tell, I think that they do. The Coven are a lot of casting types. There are a few in their ranks that are turncoats of the people of Northgard, namely what they called themselves the Red Claw, at least before they joined the Coven. They use runes to augment their physical prowess and are used as guardsmen. But the ravens themselves mostly stick to rune magic or more conventional magic or a combination of the two.
Rune magic doesn't bypass their little dead zone, does it?
Rune magic loses its charge when it is in those zones, and it has to be
Okay.
recharged by someone who can use that magic. Normally its magic would restore itself.
Well, I don't think we got anyone here who can do anything with rune magic.
No, I'm not familiar enough.
There is one of our rank, if you need him.
Well, it could definitely be an asset if we want to use the time for that.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm kind of happy with the balloon thing personally, but if you guys want to go for the stowaway thing, then we can do that.
Yeah, I kind of like the balloon plan too.
Then we can go with the balloon plan, although I will have to make it somewhere where they won't notice.
Well, we can help with that in here. We have some connections to workshops that could get you some of the materials you would need, space and tools. And I think that your friend there has already described how we can turn the whole thing invisible, so that takes care of transporting it.
The resources would be greatly appreciated, yeah.
anything to help my people.
Alright, I guess we're going with that plan. We'd have to first make like a burner to have like an engine, I guess. And then figure out how to do a balloon out of like cloth and leather.
She nods and says, whatever you need, I can do my best to supply. There might be something that I can't get you, but I could certainly get you most of the basic materials.
The hard part's going to
Great.
be having an engine that can sustain flight for that long.
Yes, I believe that you'll need a very strong fuel source of some kind.
Well, we use gas, so that might work.
What
Mm,
gas?
Well, I do have one thing, and he'll like jiggle the alchemy jug and say we can make some oil with this.
Won't be able to make enough.
I don't know.
Take a few days, maybe.
So as far as I'm aware, the alchemy jug makes a set amount of stuff per day, right?
Yes, it makes 1 quart of oil.
Oh, I don't think that would be nearly enough. You would need several gallons worth to cross all the way over there. However, there might be something else that you could use. One of the ancient creatures that live out here, the Grendel, said that they are descended from the Ice Titan, the giant Ymir. And they said that his great gift was that of an eternal flame. They made most of this up, but they did have some kind of fuel source, something that is very flexible in its application that can be used in many ways.
And it's not magical?
From what we can tell, it doesn't seem to be. It is similar to something you like adamantine or mithril.
Okay, so just an inherent property of whatever the substance is.
Correct. It could potentially provide enough fuel for your device.
So we just
Actually,
need
no.
to find...
If you work it correctly, it definitely will provide enough to get you both there and back at the very least. Potentially be perpetual in your engine if you create the entire thing out of it.
So we need to find one of these Grendel things?
The Grendels would be able to point you towards it. You might have to coerce them into telling you, but the knowledge of where such materials are is with them.
Okay, this is starting to click into place. Where can we find them?
The Grendels are all over the place. They typically like to live near the mountains. However, a few have appeared near Anders Holt.
Where exactly is that?
Anders Holt is on the western island. Or at least, if it is still around. We have not been able to reach it since our ships have been destroyed. However, I think that you could probably reach it undetected, since I would believe most of their magic is focused on protecting the Winter Tusk Skyway. However, a Grendel camp has been reported to have been created somewhere off to the east of this continent. Again, they tend to be near the mountains. They tend to move around. They are a nomadic species, which is why this flame was so important to them. They could be anywhere with it. And it made it so they did not have much use for trees or anything because they didn't have to burn anything.
Are they aggressive?
Very much so.
Like on-site aggressive, or can you at least talk to them before they try to bash your head in?
They believe that they are the rightful rulers of the world. They tried to fight the Coven, and that was a funny time, I must say.
Well, perhaps that could be leverage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very much so.
Anything to make it so our patrols at night don't have to worry about them or the Coven works for me.
I think that's will be the plan. We'll talk to them to get this flame of Ymir.
Very good. Now, you're gonna have to clean the store.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid it, but
Well, you've got to keep up the appearance or the Coven will suspect you, but at the very least, you can stay here.
yeah, I have a feeling I'm not allowed to summon unseen servants, right?
No.
No.
But Jiggins is really good at it.
Yeah,
you
but
will
if
be,
they
you
see
will
it...
be the Jiggins.
No.
She kind of like rolls up her sleeves and kind of like shows off like her big muscles. One of them has a scar on it.
Okay, where's the mop?
She kind of hands each of you like cleaning supplies and you kind of spend the rest of the day kind of going by hand, spraying things, going back and forth and stuff. You see a raven come in and start mimicking like your groans and then laugh and leave again.
Oh, I'm gonna get that one.
And I think that's a great place to end the session.
All right, manual labor.
Yeah.
Manual labor, but go in and go see the Grendels next time.
At least there's no drive-through to work.
Right then, I guess with that being where we'll end off, we'll just see everyone next week.
Would we end the day with like a rest, or are we gonna hold off on that?
As far as resting is concerned, they aren't able to provide all the needs for a long rest. You would have to spend one of your own rations to do so. and
quite, like-
Northgard.
Like, you've got food effectively with the Goodberry, but also not really.
You don't have anything to like patch up your wounds, recharge your magic items, and all that good stuff. That has to come from you as one supply.
Okay.
It'll just be cheaper in that sense.
Yeah, instead of 3 total for everyone, it's 1 for the long rest in Northgard, or you can just have the day pass. You can take a short rest here for free.
I'm down a few spell slots, so
That being said,
I
though,
think if we're gonna be going off on an adventure, I would like to recharge.
Yeah.
we'll handle that next session. So
Okay.
I will go ahead and just end this off here. So.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Okay.